And we are recording. Welcome back to the Reverse Pivot podcast after a long hiatus. And we'll get into why we had the long hiatus. And no, we don't have any sponsors for 2026 because we weren't sure if we were going to be able to do this, Stevie boy. Welcome, Steve McLeod.
Thank you, Bruce Palmer. It's great to be back behind the microphone. We've been sitting here for the last hour and we've had the microphone off as we've talked about many topics. But it's been a while.
Been a long while.
Yeah, and look, I apologise. Spent a little bit of time in hospital, unfortunately longer than I anticipated. So I was nearly in hospital for, it was over 7 weeks. So that was a bit of a bummer. It's having some general, what I call grease and oil, a bit of maintenance, and then there was a few complications. So what I say is, when you're a guy in a wheelchair and you have surgery, things can go a little bit pear-shaped. Yeah. And it certainly did. But
I'm back. Just say you're looking great now?
Oh, thanks, mate. But I'm back and, getting shit done back in the Seahawks world. But I was I think I actually signed a player while I was in ICU at one stage. So that's a interesting thing to do. Don't tell anyone that.
Shh.
Yeah.
We'll keep that mum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't name the player.
Well, I think before we did I don't even know, who was our last podcast?
It is some time.
I'd have to go back, but you hadn't gone obviously into hospital. You had started your role as general manager of the North Gold Coast Seahawks.
Yes, I had, and it's been a good
journey.
Run. Yeah, it's been a journey, and to go back into this after being in sort of the corporate world for a long time, just had an opportunity down there. I knew the founder, Foxy, and Rick Lawyer's a life member there, and I just think that catchment area of the Gold Coast is huge.
Booming.
It's unreal. Again, like many associations, having issues with enough facilities. We don't own our facilities. We run under the Gold Coast venues, so they get the cafe. We don't get any kiosk money or anything like that at all. So
and the Gold Coast cleans it on your behalf to keep it clean.
Obviously, but we pay for that through our
rent.
Yeah. So, and they clean it very well.
The one thing that has come to my attention, the Gold Coast at Carrara, that's a decent venue.
Unbelievable venue. And they operate the same way we do. So they've got the old Carrara site that they use as well as their 15.
Which probably seats, 1,000?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, like it's a really always been a nice gym. So that's where the Rollers play their home games.
Here's one of my observations: our gyms stink. Our show court, where is that?
Well, mate, my show court is Runaway Bay, and we'll hang and we play.
Is that where you play the NBL 1?
Yeah. So because there's no show court at Coomera. Okay. There's 8 courts there, but there's
no seating.
No, you can't play an NBL 1 game. So we do it at Runaway Bay. Let's just say it's intimate.
All of our venues are intimate, man.
Yeah.
Down here in Southeast Queensland, other than the Gold Coast, I haven't seen. Where is does a great job with them? Not Sid Page.
Oh, the Sunshine Coast,
Sean Page.
Yeah. Sean does a great job.
What's their venue like? Maybe 1,000, maybe 800.
Yeah, and they sell out their venue at the Maroochydore Stadium. So that is called the Phoenix, and that's a combination of 3 associations. So that's Noosa, Caloundra, and Maroochydore together are the Phoenix. So they're representative.
What's Rip City?
They were the university, and they're not in the. They're not. I think they folded.
They're in youth league. I don't know if they're in QSL.
I don't think they exist anymore, man.
No, they because we played their youth league team.
Okay.
These guys were strutting around with Rip City. I thought they were from Portland. My thing is that we don't have a... So they're going to have a WNBL team. The Bullets are taking over the license.
Have they really?
Where are they going to play?
Well, there's no venues. I mean, are they going to play it?
Boondle until Boondle's bulldozed for the Olympics.
I just wouldn't think they'd get a crowd. I mean, the Bullets are struggling to get. Well, they're getting 5,000 or whatever, But I can't imagine the girls would be Central. Maybe
they don't come in until 28.
So they're definitely. Is that true?
It's the word on the street.
Okay.
I got it from a very good source, and Emma Such. She was also one that said down the road with all what they're doing with the GABA. So that's going to be a new indoor facility there where the train station is.
Yes.
GABA is going to be bulldozed and made into a high density living. Very soon they're going to start ripping up Victoria Park, but I guess the entertainment center will be no mas. So that's got to come into the planning of everything. That
Yeah, but we just get back to the venues, the facilities.
The shit. God, they are shit.
And if we're paying huge, I think that combination of where you own your venue, but the venues need to be better. You've got a chance of actually making a buck if you're running the food and you're controlling your venue. I have no control of our venues. We get kicked out. Court 6 has been leaking, so we got to find changes. You take one court out, and the nights that we get the venue, we fill it. So it's hard for growth.
Very. And here's my lack of vision, and now with every cent that's going to be spent, it's going to be towards Brisbane hosting the Olympic Games and all the facilities they have to build there.
Yeah, but you can't, whether it's roads or, if you look at that northern corridor of the Gold Coast, they're just building more and more homes and building a hospital.
It's a huge growth area.
But the road can't handle the traffic.
Mm.
And it's the same going north for a long time. So I guess, we have some people down south listening. Victoria is just, that they will be saying that they don't have enough of venues down there, but they would have double what we have per head. I've got no doubt.
Easily double. And the other thing is virtually every one of those 8-court stadiums has seating that can seat, over 1,000 people. And I just look at we kind of missed the boat there. And
I mean, we played the Gold Coast on Saturday night. It was just, people hanging off the rafters and
it's good to have the rivalry.
Yeah, we got beat. I mean, my team's young, both the girls and guys. The girls, we got a bit more to still come. Georgia Woollig, who's been doing 30 and 9, she unfortunately didn't play on Saturday night. And we've got another girl, Antonio, I can't remember her last name.
Wow, you didn't come in form, Stevie.
Yeah, I know. I didn't think we'd get into that, but the girls are good. So many young kids, Seahawk girls playing. It's so good to see. We're competing, and our guys, we've got no NBL players, no imports, and we're just young. We're competing, and that's my measure of success. We lost by 20, but we were in it at three-quarter time. We're only game 3 into the NBL 1, and we're certainly doing it different to everyone else. That's coming back into the league.
We had a major kerfuffle in our opening NBL 1 men's game where we lost in overtime to the Caps. And in overtime, the Caps just thumped us. And then the official score came to...
They're experienced campaigners.
Yeah. I'm really impressed with Kai Woodfall. Yeah. I've always loved Jared Bairstow. Tried hard to recruit Jordan Papakostas. I love him.
Loyal.
His loyalty is impressive.
Jared is their best pickup. He's had 2 triple doubles already.
He's a handful at that level. And then you got Volkman, who's still big and bulky, and eventually Cooper Rawlings will be back to help. He brings a 6'9", 6'10"
Where's
length.
He been?
Injured. He's got an injury. However, the official score comes up after the game and said, "We're really sorry. You actually won in regulation, 94 to 93. And I'm thinking, this is 2016.
26.
26. Fuck. If it was, excuse me, Kyle, please edit that out. It's inexcusable. See, what you do at FIBA events is that your official scorekeeper and your statistician are wired, and they try to correct errors in real time.
Yeah, right.
There's no excuse for this, really. I mean, in 2016 or 2026, but it is what it is. And my immediate feeling was, boy, this is a bush league. We had one ref, 5 technical fouls called in the game, 4 of which were called by one ref. I mean, is our behavior so bad that if you raise your eyebrows, is that like one good thing they've done, Stevie? And I know I'm going off on a tangent. The refs don't have to wait around the score bench after games.
Because that were getting abused or something? Is that what was...
Well, the instruction was if anybody says anything to you, you report them.
Right.
How about this? How about you guys get off the court? Game's over. Sign the score sheet. But I just saw, that I haven't seen that. I played in the late 70s, I'd never seen that. That was something else. It was new.
Yeah.
And, we were told that we can't, I told you have to lodge
a complaint. Yeah.
You got to complain.
Yeah.
So it doesn't happen again. And I advise all of our coaches, dedicate one person on your bench to keep score, keep the possession arrow, keep the foul count, keep the timeouts.
I guess getting back into association world, there's just so much stuff that you have to be compliant with, and you've got to have, but scoring a game,
come on,
it's the essence of what we do, and at that level, that's.
I just find First off, I've got to see it. Well, apparently, the young McDowell White lost his shit in the game yesterday.
Right.
So that kind of behavior, I think, I was stunned.
Yeah,
but I don't think, in the most part, I don't think the players or the coaches' behavior is the problem. I think we don't have enough referees, to handle all the competition that we've got.
But at the end of I agree and disagree in the same breath.
Let's start with the agreement first.
Okay. Referees is a problem. I look at our referees when they actually put their mind to it. Like, I've got a lot of young referees. They're under 18, for example, right?
Yeah.
They ref just fine. Like, they're not biased. They're not. They're reffing the same for both teams. So, do I want them to get better? Absolutely. But it's when they're reffing their 4th game and they're not keeping up with the game, and one's standing in the back court while the game's up the other end.
Yeah.
The perception to the members who are paying a lot of money to play basketball is that the referee doesn't care. So that creates frustration, which then leads to bad behaviour, right? And I don't. I think it's an issue.
What is
across
bad behavior?
But, swearing
and directing it at them, but that's abuse.
Yeah, and I don't think basketball is the only sport that's having a problem with spectator, coach behaviour, player behaviour. So we're trying to do something about it. I've redone the bylaws, and it's about to change for our domestic competition, and I'm getting more involved in but I think the clubs need to be involved. But at the same token, I'm doing a referee reset. I'm openly speaking to the entire referee group about their behaviour as well, and how that's perceived.
It's a two-way street.
Absolutely.
Your comportment to players and coaches.
But no matter what, we're not saving people's lives. We're playing recreation sport, amateur sport mostly. NBL one is semi-pro, right?
Is it? It is, because we're paying players today, and I think they're losing sight. I like what you're doing. It should be for the kids that come through the
Yeah,
associations first, but we're all competitive.
We've got a bucket load in our girls. We've got a couple of Seahawk juniors in our boys, but these are a bunch. We had 200 people registered. We have been out of the NBL one and we're back in it they pulled out because of the cost.
Correct.
And so we're doing it on the smell of an oily rag. And but we had 200 people turn up for the men's registered to want to play NBL.
Did you charge them?
No, we didn't.
Should have $500 in your kick.
No, we just wanted people that I think are sitting behind very experienced NBL one players, NBL players who step down, or WNBL players who step down and are really doing it for, I guess, make a bit of cash outside of the NBL season. And then there's imports across the league as well. And we're choosing not to do that. And
I admire that. I would.
So we haven't won a game yet. We've had 3 games.
Can I get back to that overtime game?
Yes.
Why we didn't protest?
What? So you didn't?
I asked, the powers that be, and I was told, and I hope this is inaccurate, that we can't protest because all the bets have been paid off.
Oh, shit.
And I go, and again, I hope that's wrong, because there would have been some parlaying on the Spartans to win that game who got dicked.
Oh, because they pay out immediately.
Yes. Right. Which is a whole nother thing that...
that's disappointing.
Boy, you want to make sure you get it right.
That's
disappointing. That's very disappointing, which then leads me to think, wow, what a bush league. What a bush league. But bugger that. Hey, there's got to be some NBL news that we've missed out. Well, first off, did we congratulate the Sydney Kings?
Yeah, absolutely.
And my mate, Boy Gorge, for picking up his 7th NBL championship.
And let's just comment about that series.
Great series.
I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Me too, mate.
Yeah, like the first game they won by 40, and I went, wow, I didn't expect that.
Good teams make adjustments.
And Adelaide did. And, you take your hat off to Bryce Cotton is ridiculous.
He's a stud, mate.
He's ridiculous.
I think back on, when Andrew Gaze was at his bed, he
was ridiculous.
He was ridiculous. Mind you, I think Andrew, with Copeland, Timmons, Mark Bratke, he had a good but regardless, Andrew was dominant.
Oh, ridiculous.
Bryce Cotton is dominant.
And each season he keeps surprising me. I think, he's got to slow down at some stage. He has not at all. In fact, I think the pressure was on him more in Adelaide this year because, he made that move from Perth.
Yeah.
And, it really made him he's the man. Like he was the man in Perth, but even more.
He's the man. He is.
But he just takes that on unbelievably. And they were right in it to the last second of the 5th game. And
the big move.
Sydney were down by 6 with a couple of minutes to go.
That's right. And one of the great strategic moves that the Kings did was put Della Vadova onto Cheatham.
Yeah.
Delhi's a stud.
Mate,
he's a stud.
I get frustrated when people come up and say, I don't like Delhi's game and stuff. Mate, I would play with a guy like Della Vadova. It would be the greatest honour to play with a guy. And people say he's holding and stuff. Bullshit. He's
strong as a horse, man.
He's using the inside of his arms. His arms are wide. 90.
Well, he's 6'4" and probably,
and his
100 kilos.
His effort is
ridiculous and willing to sacrifice.
Yeah, and he's on Cotton, and then he's on Cheatham, and
putting Torrey Craig onto Cotton, and then Delhi onto Cheatham was, as it turned out, in a very, very close game, but a stroke of genius. And I've said this for years. as far as Australians go, the first guy I would pick would be Xavier Cooks.
Yeah, he's good.
He's good.
He's and
then
if
probably
you could
Delhi would be the next.
If Cooks could just shoot a free throw,
Yeah, that hurts him.
maybe he should try underarm.
No.
But just amazing.
A past legend, he used to coach in the league, Gary Fox. We saw him at the Pete's Bar luncheon. He had reached out to me to get Brian Gorgin's number. And I knew that Brian would, he's busy, right? I prompted, hey, I've let you know I've given Foxy your number, Gary Fox now. And when I saw him at thing, I didn't recognize him, but I'm sure he had a hard time recognizing me. And it was all about fixing Xavier's
Free
Gary
throw.
could shoot, right? And
Because he's got such great touch around the basket. His float is ridiculous. And you just go,
his passing is great. He plays bigger than 6'7", man. He's
and he's
bouncy.
on the glass.
Yeah.
He's long and he's hard to he can spin on a dime. Like when he spins and stuff.
Great body control. Body control. Great handle for a big in this league. And
he's got great attitude.
defender.
Plays D.
Yeah. I admire him. I thought Suarez, there's a valuable player.
Unreal player.
Then you got, I guess, Noy's leaving. If you believe social media.
Yeah, and they've lost the defender, gone Adelaide, the Qual.
Qual's gone.
Yeah.
But, mate, when's he going to be right? How quick do you recover from a torn ACL?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't, and mate, Qual goes down and they bring in Malawach. Jesus, it was like,
him in the last.
how many of these guys you got?
In the last 2 minutes of the game 5, man, he
Explosive.
man blocked Bryce.
I remember the one game they played Brisbane here in the last regular season game, and of course I didn't go. But they brought some guys off the bench that I'd like.
Never
my
heard of.
God,
Yeah.
what kind of athletes? See, this is what Billy does.
Tell me
every
about
Wednesday.
this. You were talking about this
Yeah,
before.
he goes up to, and I don't know exactly where it is, but the African they all come there, right?
Yeah.
And he works them out, and they scrimmage, and it's a gold mine, of athleticism. They'll want to become better. He drives a while to get there in New South. It's out in the outer suburbs. I wish I knew the name of it, but
so it just works them out.
Works them out, gets them through drill, make sure their, technique is done, then they play. And I think that's a great thing. That's something to forget your academy, forget all the bullshit.
It is playing.
Get your players together, best players, kind of like what the SPP and NPP is down at Browns Plains every Tuesday night. Can I bag it? Because I'm telling you, you got on the Gold Coast, you've got Dave Claxton. I actually asked the guy who run, nice guy, his name is Zup, last name from Toowoomba. You got Thalo Green, you got Brian Allen, you got Sean Carroll, you got
Petrie.
Anthony Petrie,
You got
all of his staff. You got Mark Bratke. I would think you got
Pero as well.
Pero Cameron's there. You have elite coaches that I'm certain if Coach Zup, here's what we're teaching, here's what's important to us, here's our philosophy, here's our style of play. And then bring those kids, instead of bringing them in every Tuesday, bring them in once a month so all the best players can get together. Now, every association I can think of has at least 6 coaches that would be more than willing.
I mean, my 2 NBL 1 coaches I'm really proud of. It's Dave Gurney and Braden Hazelhurst. They're doing a great job.
Could they not deliver that? My thing is that you're limiting your audience, your target audience, mate.
I mean, look, I get it. They're trying to build their state teams, right? So I'm trying to be. It is a revenue, but the issue that I have is the load thing, right? For the athletes, and so then I have, like now I'm putting my association hat on. Now I have parents saying my kid's in this, in that, every acronym in the alphabet. They're in
Tuesdays
something.
we have to drive to Browns Plains.
Yeah, and so I don't think I want to play club because I'm too good for club and I'm doing so much. And I get it because they are.
Yeah.
They are doing a lot of stuff to be in these state teams. And, so it's a tricky thing. You because you want them to be playing rep for your association, but you also want them part of the association.
Correct.
So if they're only playing in rep for a small part of the year, like the 30th of the year maybe, and they're not playing club because they're doing so many other acronyms.
There's 3 acronyms. So you have the NPP, that's the National Performance Program. That must be for those who are paying for the right to trial to make a national team.
Yep.
Then you have your state performance program.
Yep.
Then you have the Futures Performance
right.
Program. So, mate, is there any other revenue streams they can hit? I mean, it's like, mate,
it's difficult.
Then when I heard that Cal Dalton is one of the SPP coaches, maybe he was the best available candidate for the job, but I'd be a stunned mullet if he was.
He's a good kid.
No doubt, that ain't it. It's about.
I don't know. Did they advertise it? I don't know.
I was just absolutely gobsmacked.
Okay.
So, because I've always had a suspicion that BQ is very Logan basketball centric. You can't say anything because you're in that political mix. Me, I'm out. I don't have to.
You be as controversial as you like. I have to play politics.
You are a politician now, Stevie boy, and
Yeah.
a damn good one because you remember names. What was the name of that big bastard that played for Purdue?
Oscar Clough.
That's it. The name dropper.
He apparently, through intel I have, he loves fishing.
Oh,
Yeah.
geez, you really
and
dug
he's a
it.
pretty laid back sort of a character, and
I think he'll get drafted.
Do you think?
Everybody needs a plow horse like that.
Hey,
Yeah.
let's move off association now. Or let's talk a little bit about NBL One North.
Okay, sure.
You've probably got a good handle on how the league's travelling, girls and guys. Well, I mean, I've admitted my 2 young teams, we're yet to get a victory, but I feel confident that's around the corner. I think Cairns
Kansas is going to be really good. And I'm wondering if...
and what about Sean Bruce, 24 assists the other
Yeah,
day?
yeah.
Holy hell.
Yeah, Logan looked really good. Kansas looked really good. Gold Coast, I think it's going to be really good.
What you expect of their experience?
I've been impressed. Billy's on the staff.
Oh, yeah.
Billy Ellis, who's been a guest on our show. Pat, the coach,
Yeah.
right, who's taken over Murray. Something's not. The experience has shown that NBL 1 coaches who have a director of coaching role. Now, everybody can criticize, but I thought Murray Aldred was a diamond. What he did in your junior program, as you know, Stevie, in your role, that's essential.
Yeah.
That you have good domestic, good, rep teams. I think there's too many. It's difference between playing representative basketball, elite at under 18 and under 16, and just participaing. So, not that every under 16 and 18.
I've been vocal about because it goes down Div 5 to 6, but then you have the Emeralds and the Bill Wheelers of basketball, and they have every right to participate as well. They can't compete at that, Division 1, 2, and 3, but maybe they have a carnival or a different thing that because it just seems that I sometimes go down to. I mean, some of the bigger associations go down to do 45. They've got 4 or 5 rep teams in an age group. I mean, that takes a lot of preparation in terms
does
of court
take a lot.
venue, coaches, a whole lot of it,
Referees.
and then I get it. But if you're in Div 4 or Div 5 at under 18, like you're not going to make it. The odds of someone coming from that level.
Yeah, first and seconds is where really
correct,
and then the rest are
you participate.
Enjoy yourself, participate,
correct, which is totally fine. The games. I'm a fan of people playing. Don't get me wrong, but it's just the organisation and the lack of venues that causes more problems.
Well, yeah. And then we're not going to get venues,
okay.
Right? But don't pound your chest that you have $5 million in the bank because you're bilking us. What are we doing? What are you giving back to the game? How do you serve the game?
Yeah.
Is my question. And
so let's talk NBL 1.
Let me talk about Cairns because Joel Kalu, I'm a big fan of.
Great guy.
And I wonder if he's going to get the opportunity to be the head coach of Cairns in the NBL 1 because if Adam Ford balks and whatever happened last year, he was holding
Ford's
out.
Back.
Is he back?
He's
in.
Everything I hear about Cairns is Adam Ford's making the decisions about who might be going there. Like a lot of the NBL teams at the moment are very quiet. There's not major signing.
Till now.
Yeah, I mean, it'll come out and it's got to hit.
So Kansas they've got McVeigh, Jack McVeigh.
Yeah.
They've got the other Galloway, Kieran or whatever, that I like him. I don't know if Rain Smith is, yes. And if he has an injury-free year, he's capable. I don't know what Mojave King, I really like him.
No, he's a free agent. That's all. Cairns don't have much on their roster at the moment. But
Vandenberg's left, going to Melbourne United.
Yeah.
Dean Vickerman has left Melbourne United. He's going to Nagasaki.
He's taken over the role that Moa, M-O-A-R,
that's right.
had, but was a New Zealand Breakers coach.
That's right.
Vasilicic.
DJ, Vasilicic.
Yeah. He's gone to
keep
New
your
Zealand.
Opinions to yourself, DJ.
Yeah, that's probably easy to say. DJ is gone to the Breakers.
Yeah.
But,
looks like Barney Rubble.
Yeah, is Ingles going to end up at Melbourne? Don't know. Is Paddy Mills going to end up at Brisbane? I don't know. I mean, I think there's a lot of
bullshit.
Correct. Running around.
Generate interest.
Yeah. I mean, Paddy's playing in a league.
I hope so. And I hope
he'd
Paddy...
be great in our NBL. He would put bums on seats.
Absolutely.
So would Ingles. Yeah, I think people would like to go see him. I don't think we'll get to see the best of Joe if he does come back here. It's not like he's, it's a different world to playing.
Well, you've coached. Would you want a 38-year-old that really doesn't
I'd
play?
take Paddy Mills.
Yeah. Yeah, and another guy that I have great respect for, Lyndon Brief, I'm going to drop some names.
Yeah.
He said, Paddy, 20 minutes a game.
Yeah.
Well, if I'd take 20 minutes a game.
I'd take 20 minutes of Paddy. He'd have 15, 20, but just his presence.
How much of the cap does he eat up?
Good question. But how much? But it depends. These guys can't come back here and demand the money that they were getting in the NBA. And Paddy's out of the NBA right now. So it just depends how much they think they need. But if he wanted to come here and, I'd have a limitation on what I'm going to pay.
I think both of them, Pat and Joe, would have a draw. You're going to bring revenue in.
100%.
And
without doubt.
They've both been great ambassadors as players.
And they'd be great ambassadors traveling around the country. And remember, the NBL was playing way less games than what they're used to.
Should we file down on our Brisbane Bullets?
Yeah, Will Weaver, great selection as a coach, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They've got Terrell. They've got
Holt.
Yeah.
What's his first name? You're a namesmith.
Is it? No,
I don't know, but he's a farmhand. He's a valuable asset.
Well, a lot of these guys, as you know, are playing in Puerto Rico. I think he's there in Puerto Rico as well.
No, he showed some range. I think we'll get more out of him. I think they've kept Mitch Norton.
Yes, they do have Mitch.
And
then they've got Tane Murray, who's actually been putting some big numbers up in New Zealand.
But he's a leftover. He's contracted.
Yeah, he's definitely, and they've re-signed McDaniel.
That's right.
Yeah, and they let him go, and then a week later they let him off the existing option, and then he's come back and signed. I mean, I'm happy.
I just hope he stays healthy, mate.
Yeah,
it's been three straight years where injuries have caught up with him, but he's playing well now for Ipswich in the NBL 1. He's a valuable piece if he can remain healthy. I think Mitch is a valuable backup and a leader of men.
I think that there was a lot of pressure put on Mitch in the last 2 seasons, playing. He had to step up, and with the amount of imports they went through, Lamar's got himself in shape. He's played his first game in NBL 1 for Ipswich.
Oh, did he?
On weekend, yeah. And he only had 9 points, played quite
So
a few
Lamar
minutes.
is an Australian, is he?
He's not Australian yet. No.
Oh, shit.
So it's Jacob Holt, by the way.
Jacob Holt.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting I can't imagine they would keep Will Weaver will keep any of the imports that have been there, and whether Casey Prather as an import, has Casey been an absolute stud? Oh God, yeah.
Absolutely.
And played above and beyond what I thought he would, coming back from pretty serious
admired
injury.
him, but I think Casey ought to. I think this is home. His lovely wife is a good commentator.
Yeah, she's doing a lot of stuff.
She's doing a lot of stuff, and she's a professional journalist
and speaks really well, knows the game.
Correct. And I think he'd be one. Man, if you want to,
if he was in
play till you're 40, get your Australian citizenship, and I don't know what that involves, but as an Aussie and a healthy Aussie, you got a great one.
Yeah.
As an import, you need better. They need 3 studs. They need, and good luck trying to find a Bryce Cotton or Kendrick Davis. They need a dynamic guard.
Isn't this amazing how the basketball has evolved over the years, and everyone thinks about basketball players as, 7 foot, 6'7", 6'9", yet the guys and girls that still run this game is the little guard.
You got to have one, mate. I look and I really liked Flynn Cameron.
Hasn't he improved?
Really like him.
He's got a bit of mongrel, and that's what I like.
I
love that part of him. Like he doesn't give a shit who he's defending or whatever. He's got no problem bumping you.
Tough. He's a
big boy too.
Good 6'5", good 190.
Yeah,
5'6",
and his dad was a great player,
Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he was a big though playing.
And they got. That could have gone either way. Really, that final. That's the only one I could see. I don't know what Perth is going to be doing. They need a point guard.
Yeah, there's Brisbane need a point guard.
We need a point guard bad.
Illawarra without Trey Kell. You just didn't realise how much that point guard, that composure that he had.
Correct.
The other guy that played for him at the end is a guard, but he's a 2-man. He's a scoring guard.
Yeah.
Well, Trey, he did it all, but the number one thing is he got him into their stuff.
New Zealand's got the guy with the hyphen, Cartwright. What's his name?
Jackson Cartwright.
That's it.
Yeah,
he's good. No bigger than a minute, but he's good.
Yeah. Well, Melbourne had
Southeast Melbourne
Walker.
Went with Foxwell, who this surprises me. Foxwell's left playing professional basketball to go play collegiate basketball for NIL money.
Yeah, but it just confuses me because there's all these Div 1 kids, right?
Yeah.
And they're not allowed to play NBL 1.
I know.
Right?
Great.
And then here's Owen Foxwell, And even his brother Joel's playing as well.
Yeah.
And he would have been on some sort of DP money.
Well, I think the younger one is off to Arizona State
Correct.
with what's his name, Randy Bennett.
Yeah.
So he'll be getting nil money.
Absolutely.
But it just fascinates me. And there's a lot of these guys from Europe that have been playing in the Euro League. They've been playing professionally. I'm going to drop this now and go get paid better to play college basketball in the States. The whole thing, and again, I'm not complaining here, but you're supposed to have approval from the NC2A for kids to play. And how are we going to police this was my question. And they go, well, we're not. It's not our rule. It's the NC2A's rule.
So if you're in Div 2 or Div 3, it's the world's your oyster. Go play wherever you want, right?
No. You still need a letter. So we have a kid coming back to play QSL, but she was at a community college. Her assistant coach said, Matt, she can play. That didn't. It's the Division II guys that. So Mason Honeyman,
Yes.
and he went in the portal, and now he's going to what used to be called Cal State Hayward. It's now Cal State East Bay, still D2.
Yeah.
But he's recovering from an ankle injury, and he's, I had to ask what happens if they're in the portal, and I was told I think then you got to get it from the school they left.
That they can play.
Why would they do that?
Yeah.
So, and then I had to speak to Darren Smith.
But isn't this just all a bit ironic that you got to get this information for these kids that are? We're not talking about big money here. We're talking NBL 1, right? And it's a semi-pro league, right? But yet Owen Foxall would have been on great coin at Southeast Melbourne.
I would think so.
And he just goes straight into a Div 1 program. How do you
guys justify that? I know.
I can't.
I know. And their thinking
good luck
is
for
that
Owen.
great luck, good on you. And I like him, but that ain't good enough. If you're going to want to try to win a championship, Owen Foxwell is not good enough. As it turned out, who beat them, who knocked them out? Adelaide.
Yeah.
And, I look at it, Walton, the guy, was he not at Southeast Melbourne? Was he a backup, or was that 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
Not good enough.
Yeah. Walker is at United, and he's floating around with a different, he hasn't signed again with United, but he was okay.
He was okay. Tiger Campbell
He's okay.
He's okay. I think he'll get better, right? He's young. He's, second year out of college.
Needs a haircut.
Best, that guy, the coach of the Jack Jumpers.
Oh, Roth. Scott Roth. Great coach.
And
great motivator.
Great motivator, great ambassador for Tasmania.
Yeah.
I just saw a thing on social media. I can never believe it, but that the Tasmanian government has given him money to be an ambassador for Tassie.
For the
Smart
island.
move.
For the island.
Fighting for the island, baby. I like their culture. I like the way they play. And they seem...
See, Magnay's free agent, but I think Magnay should stay in Tasmania. I think
Scott Roth is the best thing for him.
I reckon.
And then it's a pity that what's his McDonald?
Did his ACL again. I mean, that kid can play.
He can play. And we talk about the Australian guards that are in that. I mean, obviously Giddy and Dyson Daniels will be the backcourt for the Boomers. But that kid is poised, quick.
Yeah.
And that now,
but he's
coming
a long
back
way behind now.
Long way behind. Yeah. Anyway, let's file it down. So, do we agree that the Bullets need three studs and one as a point guard? Because I think Mitch backs up. Did they keep Devers?
I think he was talking to colleges, and they have an option which I think they have pulled the lever on to say yes, stay. But that's as far as I know, like from just gossip on the grapevine. But I think he was definitely looking for some college money. But I think the Bullets are trying to keep him. I mean, he did a good job for a guy that got thrown in the deep end.
Not good enough.
Yeah.
NGE, baby.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough, like...
And are you duplicating an apple for a peach?
Yeah.
If you got, or do they feel like Mitch, is getting long in the tooth?
Mitch is a great leader of men. He should be coming off the bench, supporting a good point guard.
Correct.
And go out there and ruffle some feathers for the opposition defensively.
Correct.
But he has been fatigued.
Correct.
It's not fair on Mitch.
No, because he had to carry, and he did it, banged up.
Admirably, as always.
Oh, I admire him. He's got my respect.
Alex Dukas, I don't know anything about what's happening with him, but he was disappointing last year.
If he has got a chronic foot/ankle injury, I would, because that didn't produce.
No.
He was not productive. And, if that thing could come good, because he couldn't defend and he couldn't free himself to get a shot up. Even when that's usually a thing when you've got you can't dorsal flex, your shot's going to go. It's all arms now.
He actually showed better poise when he took it to the rack.
Yeah. But I don't know what his health is. And just based on last year's productivity compared to whatever he's being paid, I need more. Yeah. I need much more production. There's a chance that the Bullets will sign Harry Ruledeff.
Okay.
From University of Hawaii.
Yeah, big boy.
Big boy.
He's a Brisbane junior, wasn't
he? He came and played 1 year of NBL 1 with Brisbane, but he's a Southern Districts junior.
Okay.
Went to Villanova.
Yes.
And I remember him in high school getting a defensive rebound and leading the break, which I always admire, and making decisions off the dribble. Now, when he went to Hawaii, he was pretty much an ink dweller, a big, 4 swing into the 5. He can shoot it. I think he'd be a great get, and I'd love to have him here so I can see him play.
Yeah.
Now, and we all know about the mess of last year with your boy, Stu Lash.
Mate, I've got to tell an embarrassing story about Stu Lash. So I had to do the emceeing at our NBL 1 launch, right?
Oh, yeah.
We were going to get some guy and he wanted, charge us, stupid money for not necessarily much work, right? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I said, stuff it, I'll do it. So I get up and I said to the crowd, and you realise that all my players are so young. And I said, I feel like I'm Stu Lash up here as the MC because I did a worldwide search for a MC. And I made the decision that I was the best guy. And no one laughed. And
they didn't get that. Okay.
Well, I laughed and then I realised that everyone's going, who's he talking about?
See, here's, you bring in Nigel's son, Jack Purchase. And he got some spot minutes.
Yeah.
Mark Bratke's son.
Yeah, Jensen.
I never saw him play. Did you? I'm sure he would have gotten a run.
Callum and Nigel and Jack Purchase, they just didn't get much opportunity, but they got a little bit of opportunity at the end. But you could just see that squad was so deflated. But yeah, I can't see them keeping.
I'm
all
looking
three.
at. If you're gonna and you bring them up, you got to find them rent. You got to find them a house. You got to. Why not get Jordan Papakostas? Why not get Kurt Suick?
Yeah.
Why not? There's a guy at the Wizards, 6'8". He's playing QSL, and I'm sure he's on the NBL 1 team. There's a 6'9" guy. We always look, the grass is always greener outside of our front door.
Yeah.
And
with Queensland, we've let a lot of good players never really stay here.
That's a podcast in itself.
Goulding is a good example.
Brock Moda.
Yeah.
Goulding is a prime example. Never let him go.
Well, we only got Mitch back at well, Mitch is at the tail end of his career. Like he's been in Perth forever.
Mitch.
Norton.
Well, he's a Townsville boy.
Yeah.
He's not a Brisbane boy, but
But
he's
he's
a Queenslander.
Yeah, Queenslander.
Queenslander. We lost the other Mitch. He played for Adelaide. He played McCarran.
Yeah.
That's a Brisbane boy, man.
Yeah.
He played at Brisbane Capitals as a junior.
Never played.
Never once played. And
I mean, it happens. I mean,
well, some of this is a reflection on the competition they're getting here compared to Melbourne and Adelaide.
Yeah.
And really, now the one that's grown out of sight is Tasmania. Whatever they're doing down there, they're getting kids to play, and they're being taught well. And it's a success story, a basketball success story, what's going on in Tassie.
I mean, I think if there's anything on the flip side, coming on the back end of the NBL season, the crowds that they're getting at NBL 1 games, there's an appetite for basketball in this country.
Yeah.
Venues is a problem. Facilities is a problem at that next level down. So we just got to keep fighting, talking to, some associations are really good. They're connected with politicians, but, the NBL, he's got a free-to-air.
That's great.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Hey, mate, that was the best season. And that was the best since Larry's been involved as far as competitive.
Yeah.
I must say, for the most part, the commentary wasn't as annoying. Derek Rucker's a good commentator.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and self-promote.
And I love Gazy. Like
Andrew's great.
Yeah.
Leonard's great.
Yeah.
I think
because they're real and they
Damon
know the
Lowry can tone it down a little bit. And then I really, Damon, I don't care for your opinion on what might or might,
Yeah.
But
Damian Martin is good.
Damian Martin's really good.
Yeah.
He's
a real estate salesman.
He's Rocco Zakarski's agent.
Now there's a kid doing all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the game, it's hard to explain to people, but the NBA game is so much more open, and how's he scoring in the G League and
he was very productive.
And why wasn't he doing it here? Because he's given simple instructions where to run. He's athletic. He can run.
Yeah.
And get down the floor, and he's got guys that can get him the ball.
Yeah.
In the right spot.
Defensively, he protects the rim.
Correct.
He's a success story.
In the NBL here, when he played, he's out setting fucking dribble handoffs outside the 3-point line. Like, that is not where you want Rocco Zakarski. You want him in the alley. You want him, when there's penetration, he can be tipping the thing in, you can't do that when you're outside the 3-point line doing things.
I never, and I guess the game has just moved completely, but I was watching before I came here, Detroit and Orlando.
Oh, yeah.
And that Duran, he knows how to duck in. He knows how to seal. And the value to that, one, you're a deep catch target. And the other thing is that man guarding you is on your hip.
Yeah.
He ain't rotating to help.
No.
So,
and there's different rules in terms of if you're playing man-to-man over there. Like, it's more open.
Yeah.
And I think
you got
that's
the
helping.
defensive 3-second rules.
Yeah. And that helps Rocco.
Yeah, blood oath. But he's been on the bench since they lost DiVincenzo, and Edwards will come back at some time for me. He's got a bone bruise in his knee. Rocco's on the bench.
Mate, Rocco,
he's getting valuable experience.
He ain't coming back here, mate.
Not unless it's when he's 38.
Yeah.
He'll come back like Joe.
I think he's got an NBA career in front of him.
I do too. They got Gobert, been playing great. They got Naz Reid. You need 3, if not 4. So I'm tickled for him.
He's done really well with his
kid.
opportunity. Yeah, his Brisbane kid. He's taken his opportunity, and good on him. Now we're going to tie this in a bow.
Okay, let's knot it up.
We're back.
We're back. Okay, baby. You know who's the happiest guy to hear about this? Producer Kyle.
Oh, yeah, producer Carl. So we're keen that NBL stuff starting to wind up. We'll talk a little bit more about the NBL one when we come back. And if anyone wants us to take their money and sponsor us, welcome.
Well, you know, Curly said that, hey, just give me an invoice. I'll have to revisit our spot. But, you know, first thing, the most important thing, Stevie, was your health.
Thank you, Chris.
And I know, I don't know why you're doing it. I wouldn't want to do it, but obviously, being general manager at the North Gold Coast Seahawks, there's a commitment needed,
Yeah.
right? So the priority is first those Seahawks. Me, year 10, grammar is
Oh, you're the engineers.
all the engineers, mate.
Yeah.
Boy, we are.
Embarrassers.
I don't know if you could find 10 shorter people, but I've got them.
Good.
And, you know, we had Dan George, Jack Salt. They do a great job. And Kuda Burger's back. Kuda Tagway is coaching I think he's doing the year 8s.
Okay.
But
Mighty Grammar.
We're getting underway. We're gonna have a practice game at Ippy, and then of course my time with Curly. I'm loving that.
Well, anyone wants to email us any rumors or anything, that we'll dig into them.
Dig in.
This is just a bit of a comeback podcast. Talk a bit of shit today.
Just Google the reverse pivot,
Yeah.
because I don't remember our email address off the top of my head, Stevie.
Well, that's called age. Anyway.
Okay. All right. Hey, we'll be back to FIT Education, Big Dog Sports. By the way, before we tie this in a bow, Ryan Stahlberg, our friend and sponsor last year, was letting me know he's going to the World Masters Games.
Okay.
And I wanted to know.
Good on you, Stolly.
Yeah. He said, you know, when are you guys doing the podcast? And I said, well, mate, priority is Steve's health, and you know, eventually, because he wanted me to give it a plug.
Okay.
I don't know where it is. I know Stolly will be running like a chimp, and jacking up threes.
Good on you,
So
Stolly.
good on you, Stolly.
All right. Thanks, peoples.
All right, peoples. Later.
Bye.